Jasmine, welcome to my kitchen. Today I'm going to show you how I make my delicious oxtails. They are out of this world. Let's get started.
Okay, first we want to rinse our meat off, get it clean. We want to clean it with some water and vinegar. You can rinse it several times. Here I have some stew meat. I like to add this just to have a little extra meat in there. Sometimes the oxtails aren't enough because they are so expensive. So you can add your stew meat in and that'll give you a little extra. Okay, what we're gonna do now is trim some of this fat off these oxtails. Some fat is good, but we don't want too much, and because it'll be greasy in our pot there. You don't really have to do this step if you don't want to. It will still come out good. And when you freeze it or put it in the refrigerator, the next day the fat will have congealed and be on top, and you can just skim it off the top then. I made these oxtails for my grandmother. It's kind of our thing. We both enjoy Southern food, Southern style food. I made it for her and she asked me, where was the ketchup, hot sauce, and mustard? I'm like, was I supposed to put that in there? I'm like, I didn't put any in. She's like, no, you need it after you've cooked it. Put it on top. I'm like, Grandma, I never heard of that. And she told me to ask my father about it because my father enjoys these Southern style dishes also. My mom, not so much. She's more, I wouldn't say bougie, but she's a little bougie. Oh. So I asked my dad about it, and he was like, yeah, mustard and hot sauce. I'm like, okay. Guess Grandma was right. Oh, I should have known that. Grandma's always right, right? So today I think I'm going to make her a surprise pot of oxtails just for her. Okay, now we're gonna chop up our veggies. Let's first start off with some garlic. Ooh, that's a bad one. Try and get small as you can. If you have minced garlic already, you can use that. But I have some fresh, so I'm just gonna chop this up. Put that in with our meat. And then do our onion. Try and do half an onion here. Hopefully my eyes won't start watering. I think they say there's some trick for that. I don't know if it's lemon, rubbing lemon on the cutting board, or what, but our onion in. Next, we're gonna do our green pepper. Next, we want to go ahead and season our meat with a little seasoning salt, Lowry's. Next, a little onion powder. I keep saying a little, but we want to give it a good amount. And get some on all of our pieces of meat. Pepper, black pepper. Next, Mrs. Dash. I like the table blend, it's really good. Has a lot of spices in it. No salt in this, so that's why I'm kind of going a little heavy-handed. And then I want to do some cayenne pepper. Next, our Worcestershire sauce. Do a drizzle of this. Soy sauce next. And then our browning sauce. I've never heard of this before. And I said, let me try this because it's similar to a stock, a vegetable stock. You can find it next to the Worcestershire sauce. We're gonna mix our meat up and get everything coated. But it's next to the Worcestershire sauce. And it's really good. It gives it that flavor that we need. Okay, I'm gonna add a little extra Worcestershire soy and browning sauce just to make sure it has the flavor that we want it to have. Just need to mix the meat and make sure everything is all coated, and at this point we can put it in our pot to get it seared. Okay, we want to cut our stove on a medium-high heat, and we're going to add olive oil to our pan. I did not get the water out of the pan first, so I had to wait until some of that burned off. And also I forgot to put thyme in. So you want to add thyme to your meat. You usually put that in when you put your onions and your peppers in. Okay, so now I'm adding the meat in to get it seared. While this is searing, I'm going to cut the rest of the peppers and the scallions. I did not finish that, so once you put all your meat in, you can either finish cutting up your peppers and your scallions, or you can do that beforehand. I was just running low on time, so I just said let me put this meat on first and then finish that. As you can see, I did not add the onions and peppers. I'm just doing the meat. And now I'm cutting up my scallions and my red peppers and yellow peppers and orange peppers. I'm going to add all of that later on. I usually add that on maybe my second hour of the food actually cooking, or you can add it maybe once you have an hour left on the food to cook. I personally don't like putting it in right away because I don't like my peppers to get mushy or soggy once with the meat cooking. I like to have a little bit of crunch to my peppers. Okay, so our first side is browned some, so I'm gonna flip it and let the other side sear. Once that happens, we're gonna add some water to it. I use about a cup of water. I do not pour it all in at the same time. I gradually add water to it and let it cook. And it's still on medium-high heat. Put the top on of the food. Get a nice boil going, add a little more water. I still have some water left, so I didn't use the whole cup yet, okay? Okay guys, so as you can see, we switched locations. I brought our food out here to the back porch because I do not like cooking all day in the house and smelling it all day, because I'm not going to want to eat it after I've smelt it all day. It'll just ruin it for me. So I have it out here on a hot plate. I'm making 2 pots, 2 batches of it, and I have it on a lower temperature here. I don't have it all the way on low, but it's kind of in between medium and low, and it's giving us a nice little boil here. So I might cut it down just a little bit more. We still want it to have a little rumble there, a little boil, but I might cut it down just a little bit more. It's not going to be all the way on low because that'll definitely take all day. And we got started about 9, so hopefully around 12 or a little after 12 our food will be ready. So let's put the top back on it. Let's check this one out. See, that's too much boil right there. I'm gonna cut it down. Okay guys, so it's been about 2 hours now. We're gonna add our peppers in, and scallions. That mixed up. And turn it up a little bit to get it back to a little boil here. See those scallions there? Just trying to mix it up here. Get these peppers settled in good. They look so pretty, don't they? Oh my goodness. Yellow, red, and green. Boy, that's gonna be delicious. I can't wait. Okay, so I think it's in a pretty decent setting. what we wanted to do is give it a light rumble, light boil there. So see this one here, that's the boil we kind of want. We don't want it to be a full boil, but we want it to rumble enough, you know. Okay, so total cook time is about 4 hours. You want to make sure it's tender. Use a fork to check to see if it's falling off the bone. And if you like this, comment, like it, subscribe. If you want more videos like this, let me know. And here is rice, cabbage, mac and cheese. It is so good, delicious. Enjoy.